Today I'm going to be making something a little bit different from what I've been doing. I'm going to make a keychain holder, key fob holder, however you want to say it, but that's what I'm going to do today. It's real simple. You can see my J hooks there. I make them out of horseshoe nails. The material that I'm using, I went and got an old pallet. You know, pallets are free. Most places will give you the pallets for free, but that's what I did. I went and got this for free, and I took my saw and I just went right up through there, cutting out those little pieces. And the next thing I'll do is I'll sand that to get it smooth, and then I'll take them horseshoe nails and I'll make J hooks out of them, put the hole in them, stain this, put the holes in the J hooks, and I'll stain this part and then screw them to that. That's what I'll be doing in this video. So now that I've got my piece of wood ready to stain, and I took the belt sander and I just roughly smoothed the edges off right here. You can use a router, make it look prettier, but I like, whenever I do stuff, I like for it to look handmade. Still look good, but be handmade and know that it wasn't done in a factory. Now what I'm going to be using for stain, to stain this piece of wood with, is going to be my quench oil. My quench oil that I use for quenching my blades is made up of burnt motor oil, probably a little bit of hydraulic oil. I may even have some old transmission fluid in there with it, which transmission fluid and hydraulic oil are both hydraulic fluids, but nonetheless it's still just mostly old burnt motor oil, and that's what I'm going to stain this with. It'll make it a real pretty, almost a real pretty walnut looking color. Also, with it being oil, it'll help lock out moisture. It'll help seal it, it'll make it water resistant. And I'll be wearing my rubber gloves too. And that's just because I don't want to get my hands all oily. I'm just going to be using an old rag. As you can see, I've been using it already. And I'm just going to dip that in this quench bucket with that burnt motor oil in it, and I'll just wipe it on there, stain it like you would any other thing. I'll take it, I'll get the edges real good. Rub that in there. I'll do the part that's going to be the back side. I'll do it first, and I'll do the finished side last. And that's why, in case I was to drop it, I've not messed up the other side. And plus, while you're doing it, you get all that on the front side, on your good, you know. And all you gotta do is come back, do your finished side last. That way, everything, all the imperfections where you're handling it, is all going to be on the back side and not visible. It's not the part that matters the most. The front side is. So now let's compare the one that we just stained up to one that's not stained. There's one that's stained. There's the unfinished. So you also might be wondering, well, that's burnt motor oil. I don't want to smell that. Don't that have a bad smell? Will it dry? Will it stay just? Yes, it does dry. And after it dries, no, it does not smell. It really makes for a wonderful stain for wood. You don't have to worry about the smell or picking it back up after it dries and getting oil on your hands. That's not going to happen. It will dry just like any other oil-based stain. Now the next thing I'm going to do while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm making little J-hooks. Might still be wondering, you know, what's this have to do with blacksmithing? Well, I may not be heating this up in the I may not be heating that up in the fire to do the bending, but it's still considered forging. I'm still turning this piece of metal into something else using hammer blows, strikes from a hammer to forge that into that. And it's something that's simple to do. You can get these, where I got these nails at, where I get them at, they're like $13 a box. This little key holder that I'm making, well, I'll be selling it for $15 a box. You get 100 of those in a box. Put 5 of them on this, and I just paid for all them nails. Now, I don't want to use my regular anvil whenever I'm hitting this head to flatten that out. I'm using my old anvil that I used to use. And I'll just hit it right there and I'll flatten it out. Now, after flattening that head out, that nail has got really hot. If I was to touch up here, it will burn my finger. Which also, if you ever run out of way to start a fire for your coal forge, take a piece of metal and just keep hitting the end of it over and over and over. Then you can put a piece of paper to it and you can set that piece of paper on fire. Now I'm going to put a little squirrel tail on this end. If you've got a pair of needle nose pliers, you could do that with like it also. Just twist it around. These into a J-hook. I've made my own little bending jig just for that, just for these nails. I'll stick it in there like that, and then I just bring it around. There's my J hook. Now, before I go to try to drill those holes, I'm going to take my punch of where I flattened it out with my hammer. It's not going to be perfectly flat, so I'm going to take that punch that I made in one of the last videos where I made that punch. I may even well, you can find it, or I may put a link up here somewhere. The take, and I'll take it, give it one little hit. As you can see, now I've got a place to start my drill bit. Now that I got those punched, got it started, laid me a piece of wood up here, laying my J hook up there, and then I'm just going to drill right through it. And then I'll use a countersink on them holes after that to help make the screws fit down in it better. Now I'm going to use a pair of pliers to hold on to that with, because if that drill bit grabs it, it'll sure tear my finger up. Something that small. Now I wished I had a better way to get a better view of this, but so I've got all my holes drilled, and I've got that countersink on there. And what that does is that'll bore out the beginning of this hole where it's wider. I hold it with my fingers this time, but I don't think it's gonna go nowhere. But really, anytime you're doing this, you really shouldn't hold it with your hand or your fingers. Now, that also makes that very hot. So I need to remember, do not touch that. I'm going to put it in the water before I touch it. Now my piece of wood's ready to be used. It's dry now. Ready to put these J hooks on here. Now I will just eyeball them. I won't go into great depths of trying to mark everything off to keep it perfect. Which is kind of funny. I'm blind in one eye, can't see out of the other one. And I'm going to be trying to eyeball this. I just go ahead and just lay them on there. Get them where I want them. And I'll take me a pencil. Just an old color pencil. I'll stick it in that hole and mark where it needs to be. I'm using the number 6 by 1/2 inch wood screws. I'll just make sure that's still on my hole I marked in there. I just screw them down. I do that with all of them. Of course, we
we probably ought to know by now that I do one and we'll do them all that way. There it is. Now the last thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and in each corner up here, I'll go ahead and I'll drill a hole out on each corner just in case like somebody wanted to mount this to the wall. They can either screw it to the wall through those holes, or you can go buy those I can't think what they're called, little hanging strips that one side's got the sticky that goes back here, then the other side, the other one is like a hook that sticks to the wall, then you can right to the wall or hang it to the wall. But I'm going to go ahead and drill holes just in case anybody wants to screw it to the wall. See it? With a good girl. Where's little Ann? There's my old shop doggies. No, I wasn't going to leave them out. Not too hot today, so they haven't taken to their usual spots today. But they did try to keep me up all night last night out here barking after something, which they had a good reason to bark. We heard something howl out next to the house and it woke us all up, and the dogs went and run it off. It is finished. There's the holes we just drilled. And that's a fast, easy way to make $15. Which, what I'm basing $15 off of is I sell these J-hooks for $3 a piece. I've got 5 of them on there. So that's at least $15. I don't want to sell this for $10 because then somebody might buy that just for the J-hooks. Whenever I sell those for $3 a piece, they'd be getting them cheaper. So I can't undercut my own price by selling that cheaper than $15. So it's a quick, easy way to make $15 out in the forge without having to build a fire.